we weren't raised with proper understanding of boundaries. Okay. And, so you deal with these people in your family, my ex-family. I'm going to constantly keep saying ex-family, who think that they're entitled because they're your, their sibling. Okay. They think, well, she needs to share this, or she should be doing this, or this bossy stuff, which has no place in my adult life. I'm just grateful that it's happening to me in my later years. Okay, you guys made it very difficult for me to raise my son and have peace of mind, and that was important, to have peace of mind. But they made sure that I never, if they nitpicked on everything. Now, I remember one time I was working at the news station and I was wearing, those pedal pusher pants. I didn't think the outfit was stellar. It was one of my blah outfits, okay? It was one of my blah outfits. It was pedal pusher pants or whatever. And I remember getting snapped at for that, and I was told, not to wear them again. And that wasn't even dressing nice. So, like I said, and there's other times, too, about my jeans were wrinkled and all this stuff. So, like I said, it has nothing to do with what I wear. I do believe that it makes her a little bit more angry if I dress nice. You know what I mean? But whether I dress nice or I dress sloppy, they're going to bitch about it anyway because they really don't like me. Okay? Saying this, I'm addressing my former employers. They don't like me. And I don't care, and I really don't. Some people say, well, I know your feelings are hurt, Maria. My feelings are hurt at first because it was like, why in the hell would somebody do this? I would never, ever think to interfere with someone's employment. Ever. Okay? And the idea of even doing something like is fucking evil. Plain and simple. It's evil. And it shows that you had no good intentions for me, and that this whole thing was just a big joke for you, and basically a game, which is illegal, which is a felony, which is a crime. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to, I don't care what happens to you, but I'm just saying is, whether you realize it was illegal or not, you knew what you were doing was wrong. You knew it was hurtful to somebody. You knew it was distracting in my life. You knew it was harming me. Okay? So there's no excuse for it other than that. And so because I know there's no excuse for it, that's why I understand I have to disown you. I have to. I have to do it. Come what may, I don't care, I understand. I fully understand. That's what keeps me up at night. But I fully understand the consequences. Okay? And I would rather deal with the consequences than deal with you guys. Because I don't feel anything for you at all. What you did was seriously wrong. So yeah, so back to my PowerPoint thing. I'd like to do a PowerPoint presentation. I think I'm doing pretty good PowerPoint, because I've been away for a few weeks. There were a few functions that I kind of forgot, and then I kind of started playing around with it, and I started to remember. It's just something that I would prefer to have more in use of. Repetition, like for example, if I had the ability to do it every day. Like when you're learning, for example, Microsoft Word, you learn, you get your little classes or you take your lessons or whatever. But then when you get to work, you're actually using these things on a daily basis. So you pick up and you're gaining momentum, and then pretty soon it's like, oh, this is nothing, right? But with PowerPoint, I don't really go into it very often. It's not an everyday thing. Like Word and Excel are everyday things for me. But PowerPoint is that one little thing that I just like, it's touch and go. But I will say PowerPoint is a very good tool. Okay? And I know that I can do a lot of different things with it. As far as graphics are concerned, I'm not really good with graphics. I don't choose the best pictures to express certain things, but my information is good. So I want to be able to do good stuff with it. So I'm going to work on that. I'm working on my personal projects right now. Okay, I'm giving myself time to figure out what I'm going to do. I expect your bullshit to get cleared up. Meaning, you deal with your shit and leave me the hell alone. Okay? Leave me alone. In the meantime, I'm keeping my house clean. I'm doing, keeping my house clean, doing my hobbies, sewing. Yes, I'm going to continue to sew. Don't like it? Well, you don't have to. Okay? Sewing has nothing to do with what you do at the job. It's got nothing to do with it. I can sew all day long. It's got nothing to do with it. My arts and crafts have nothing to do with my job. Which I'm done even explaining it. But anyway, so right now in my life, I'm not thinking about work. And I'm very disappointed that the workforce seems so, or at least the people that I had to do it with, were so incompetent that something like this could happen with all these so-called qualified people with their little college bachelor's degrees and all this other stuff. I'm like so disappointed. I can't even, there's no words to even describe how I feel about it. So, I understand that work is something that I have to do out of necessity. I'm not as enthusiastic about it anymore. I wonder what's the point in even, so I guess I'll just work whatever jobs I can get throughout the years. But right now I need time to think about what I'm going to do. I don't know. Okay. And I'm basically saying that to everyone. I don't know. I just need time to figure out what I'm going to do. And it's not something I can rush into. It's a lot I need to think about. It's unfortunate that, you deal with people who judge you and abuse you and scoff at you when they're the most incompetent people I've ever seen. And I'm talking about the people who aligned with my family for this bullying campaign. Yeah, I'm a minority in several ways. I'm a black woman. I'm a single woman. I'm a very proper person with I think I have great social etiquette. Sure, I drop the F-bomb on my videos and stuff like that. But when I'm at work, I do communicate well. Now, if I'm talking person one-on-one, we're out together, we're talking, I'm going to be a little bit more loose, more comfortable when I talk. But when in the workplace, I think I'm very professional. And I'm disappointed that this is so corrupt. Like, there's so much corruption and ignorance and so much bullying behaviors and I'm disappointed that, I didn't have a decent family. I didn't have, like, families that, I'm the kind of person I can love freely without thinking, I don't know, it's just weird, I don't know. But not everybody has a good family. And I'm one of them, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So anyway, back to the PowerPoint thing. So I will be working on that, and I want to. Right now, it's just really hard for me because I deal with depression. The last few days, I have been getting a little bit better. Yesterday, I was glad that I was able to pick up and do anything, So when I get things done, I'm like, good for you. Good for you. But I know that everything that stifled me throughout my life is a result of being in that family. you know. And I can look back, and I had it in the past. I kept thinking, there's nothing wrong with being different, but there is something wrong with people who bully you for being different, and I'm not going to apologize for that. I have every right to. And just because everyone's born in the same family doesn't mean they're all going to be the same. I like rising up early, and you might have a sibling that likes to sleep in late. People are different, and I don't. I just respect the fact that we're different, and I just choose to move on. I don't want to deal with you guys anymore. I don't even want to think about you anymore. I wanted to mention, gosh, there's so much going on in my mind, and I'm getting tired. I've been talking for such a long time. I wanted to mention that that I'm just disgusted by everything that's happened to me, and the length of time, and the fact that this happens so much to people, and it happens right under the nose of these so-called qualified people. These qualified people. This kind of abuse gets enacted out in front of all these qualified people, and they don't even question it. They never question it, and then when they find out, it's like, oh, we didn't know, we made a mistake. But they continually persecute the person who's innocent in all of this. You know what I mean? To me, I look at the world and I just see nothing but evil, and everything that's just like upside down, and so I don't expect to be in the positions that I deserve when I live in a world like this. I don't expect that, and with that being said, I'm making the right decision. I'm not upset about it. I don't have any sentimental attachment. I don't feel like I've never wanted to be in a family pool type thing to where you're, pulling resources together. I never wanted that, and I don't even believe in it. Okay? My beliefs are so completely different than you guys, and I have every right for them to be. Okay? And you can't force me to comply with your stuff. You can bully me. You know what I mean? You want to bully me and you want to put me to death is basically what you want to do. But then I guess that's what you're going to end up doing, because I'm not going to comply. I won't. Okay. There is nothing in this world that I think that I respect about you. Not a damn thing. I don't admire you. Never thought I ever wanted to emulate you. That wasn't putting you down. It was just, I never thought, man, I just want to be like you guys. I never thought of you that way. I figured you were my siblings. I loved you at one time just because you were my siblings. You know what I mean? But I never, ever, for 1 minute thought, gee, I really want to be more like... I did admire my ex-sister Lisa's ability to go to the grocery store and use coupons. She just made the best use out of coupons and those little deals and sales and stuff like that. I thought that was cool. Okay, I admired that about her. Okay, and then I got my ex-sister Tanya. She feels like I don't care about your bachelor's degree. I don't care about it. I don't care if you believe in your husband's weird, twisted interpretation of his religion. That's your choice. I'm under no obligation to be a part of it. I don't want to. Okay? I never thought that you were cool. I remember you asking me one time, you said, she asked my ex-sister Tanya, she said, did you ever admire me in any way? And I thought that was the weirdest question. Now, I remember mentioning it on another video when I first started making videos, and I remember thinking, no, I never did. You know what I mean? I thought that, here's one thing that I thought that Tanya had about her. I thought she had dainty feet. She had little feet like a princess. I have these huge, like size 10, sometimes 9.5, size 10 feet shoes. And a lot of times they're wide width. I got big feet. Okay, my feet are just like, whatever. She had like, I don't know, size 6 or 7. She was very dainty. She was dainty. Dainty. That was the size that she was dainty, okay? And what else? I thought that Tanya was pretty, and I thought she had very long hair. She had very, very long hair. Maybe she might resent the fact that I wear wigs, because she thinks that, she's the one with the long hair, and she wants to be noted for that. You have the long hair. Congratulate yourself. Good for you. Good for your long hair, okay? But my long hair I don't even wear long hair. My hair, or my work hair or whatever, has nothing to do with you. It's about me and my damaged hair. I have damaged hair. So I deal with it. It's a form of my grooming. It's got nothing to do with you, okay? You will always be the one with the long hair, okay? You will always be the one with your bachelor's degree and all this other stuff. Good for you. Okay, but I never thought that I wanted to be like you. Everybody in the family thought that you were kind of dumb. Or not dumb, but kind of like dim-witted. You know what I mean? Like just somebody who really got sucked up into bullshit and just made foolish decisions. Okay, nobody respects you. They respect the fact that you managed to get your bachelor's degree. But then so have a bunch of other people. Okay, but nobody ever thought that you were cool. Or that, I thought, you were kind of, I don't know, whatever. You were 10 years and 1 week older than me. So I never really, at that time, observed you. I knew that you were into your church stuff. And that was about all I knew. Okay? You're an egotist. You want people to admire you. You want to be respected. Okay, that's why you sit here and intermingle with all the people that I've worked with, thinking that you're one of them, that you're, powerful and you can influence, and then they think that you're somebody. You're nobody. In the grand scheme of things, you're nobody. Okay? You're just another jealous person who's trying to downgrade somebody who is trying to make a living. Okay? And because you're arrogant, you think that you're better than me. So then, you know what? Good. Here's the deal. Look at yourself like you're the best Christian in the world. You're going to heaven. Your sister Maria is going to rot in hell. Okay? She's going to work shitty jobs for the rest of her life. So now you can feel better about yourself. See? Now don't you feel better about yourself? I don't care about you. Your husband, all of these people. Same with my brother. Like I used to think my brother Rashawn was cool. Okay, what I liked about him is he had a sharp wit, sharp humor, right? But I know that throughout the years he had this very sick, thing. He always did things with a jab. He would always throw out insults and stuff like this. And I remember the last time I talked to him, he was bringing up. That's another thing when you're a gang stalker. They would bring up everything that you did when you were younger. Okay, because the person that you are now is not somebody that they could like really hurt. When you were younger and under their influence 24 hours a day, they could bully you. So they could hurt you and do everything that they could hurt you in all kinds of ways, right? So now they bring out your past because they know that they can't hurt you at the present moment because you're stronger now. Okay, you've grown into something that really they feel inferior to. So they want to constantly bring you down. So he started bringing up this fact that, when I was a teenager, I did goofy stuff, okay? I remember I went into the whole thing about, the makeup that I wore back when I was 17 years old or whatever. He brought all this shit up, and, in the back of his mind, he thought maybe because the Stephen Lyles guy was interested in me, or I didn't know at the time, but he thought that maybe, and because I liked him when I was growing up, and I would still be interested in seeing Stephen. I don't have a problem with that. If he thought that, he may have thought that I had mental disability, whether he thought that I was mentally disabled or he thought that I was crazy or whatever. So he was just kind of, in his mind, he thought, well, we treated you this way because this, and this. Because you're mentally ill or you're mentally disabled or whatever. So he thinks that because there was something wrong with me mentally, that he is justified in his abuse towards me, his belittlement of me and whatever. That's sick. That's sick. You're a sick person. To think that I would even have to explain or justify myself to you as an adult is ridiculous. Okay? As an adult, I don't want to know you at all. And all the crap that, you know, that you've caused and you stirred up in other people over your bullying game, you know, made me lose nights of sleep, took decades off my life, ruined all the important times in my life that I should have cherished. It would be foolish for me to say, I forgive you. It would be absolutely foolish to say something like that, because I don't forgive you. You know, and my mom, you know, I do have mixed feelings about my mom. I know that my mother is an ignorant woman. She's an ignorant woman because she allowed her children, she encouraged it in her own way. Even if she did it in a silent way, she encouraged that behavior. You know? And because she has such a very limited knowledge of how the world works, the world and how it operates, she sees or agrees to things that she doesn't understand. And then also, I resent the fact that she plays different angles. You know, she knows she doesn't like, I don't know, maybe she's come to respect Jim Culligan, but she never really respected him as a person, like, you know, thought highly of his opinion or anything like that. But yet she allowed this person to steer my life, my important decisions in life, and make decisions for me. And she just sat there and let it happen. I'll tell you what, as a mother, I would never do something like that. Okay? Some people have ignorant families. Some people, when they're kids, they look and they observe things and they start reading and they start formulating and making decisions. That's one of the things that they don't like about the scapegoat. Because the scapegoat usually knows that things aren't right. And they're outspoken. They're either outspoken about it or they go into a different direction. One that might be a better way of living for them. And the family gets upset. Everything that you do in that family is going to cause a problem. Okay? I don't belong in that family. I don't. Okay? Like I said, I feel kind of bad about my mom in a way because, you know, but I don't know. You know what I mean? It's too bad. But I can't deal with somebody who would allow me to go through that kind of abuse. I can't. So I will try to work on that PowerPoint this week. And it's for me. It's for me. Because I need to set little goals for myself. You know? And it's about me getting better. You know? And healing. You know? And dealing with my life. What's left of it. This is the rest of my life. Okay? You've already sucked up the majority of my life. Okay? I'm putting it into it now. I'm going to end this video. I'll be back with another video some other time. Have a good one.